explore and help others explore an astonishing range of extraordinary states of consciousness. The careful, systematic use of powerful catalysts, LSD, then a range of other psychedelic and entheogenic medicines, and finally holotropic breathwork, resulted in an archaeological uncovering of the deep psyche, its many levels and its many realms. In the course of these discoveries, Stan recognized parallels with ancient and contemporary practices of shamanism, the indigenous use of vision plants and sacred medicines, rites of passage, initiatory rituals of ancient mystery religions, and the rich esoteric and mystical traditions of many cultures, east and west, north and south. And he came to recognize as well the healing potential of what he came to call spiritual emergencies. I think most of us here today can appreciate the genuinely heroic character of Stan's life work. That work has played an important role in making possible even this very week's headlines in the New York Times about the rapid emergence of psychedelic therapy into the mainstream and CIIS's own Center for Psychedelic Therapies and Research. As the public media discussion makes clear, we today are all in a very different situation with the rapidly mounting clinical evidence and professional acceptance of the promise of psychedelic therapy, compared with when Stan began his career. To have entered then into daily intensive engagement with as many patients, employing a relatively unknown chemical compound sent from a lab in Switzerland to a psychiatric institute in Prague in the mid-1950s, this volcano of consciousness transformation in a molecule, so unpredictable and potentially so dangerous in unprepared hands, yet as he and others discovered, so healing, illuminating, and expanding in the proper context. Stan Grof had no guidebooks or maps to begin with. He entered the depths of the underworld and the heights of the higher worlds and held the space for countless others to do so, day after day, year after year, decade after decade. This was brave work, compassionate, skillful in the Buddhist sense, and brilliant. It eventually came to have relevance for many fields beyond psychology, for history, for cosmology, for philosophy of science, ecology, feminism, politics, sexuality, birth practices, the evolution of consciousness. But it all began with his quietly courageous work in the private crucible of psychotherapy with individual women and men, often suffering and deeply disturbed. To this task, he brought a spiritual centeredness, patience, and wisdom forged through his own journeys of self-exploration. Stan's work came to affirm not only the sacred depths of the human psyche, but of the anima mundi itself, the soul of the world, the sacredness of all being. He trusted that great loss and trauma can unfold into great healing and spiritual awakening, that dying leads to new life, and he transmitted that trust to thousands of others who now carry on this crucial work throughout the world. For this, Stan, we are grateful. We are very grateful, and we are very happy to be granting you today this honorary degree.
Studies expresses its gratitude and esteem by awarding you the degree Doctor of Humane Letters in Psychedelic Therapy and Healing Arts, honoris causa.
Good afternoon. I'd like to express my deep appreciation and gratitude to CIIS for what the school has done for bringing transpersonal psychology into the world, and also raising consciousness on a global level. I had a chance myself and also with my wife Brigitte to travel all over the world, and wherever we come, CIIS is considered to be a mecca of consciousness research and new psychology, transpersonal psychology. And many people who dream of going to CIIS to get their training. The reputation is really everywhere. I'd like to thank more specifically for this incredible open-mindedness CIIS that allowed us to combine two very controversial subjects, psychedelic research and archetypal astrology, which I myself believe is the future of psychiatry if psychiatry goes in the right direction. And then also would like to express my appreciation for the fact that CIIS has the program for CIIS people, in psychedelic sessions. So, and for all this, I'm extremely grateful, and I will remember this moment for the rest of my life. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Stan. Valerie, will you please join us at the podium?